one pull up with tens. One-on-one, never again. One-on-one. When get the cake in the butter, I count it like hustle the money all in. Rhyme in the town in the drop top coupe in the motor in the trunk, you can hear it. For a win.
All right, baby, let's get down.
We want your time at the arena to be enjoyable and incident-free. If you're having any issues at any time, reach the group web. Then please text the word "club" along with your issue and simply for 55555. A member of Advanced Relations will respond to address your concerns immediately. Aviation will be doing another special giveaway at our next home game. The first 10,000 fans will be your very own calendar of the Warriors mascot. Don't forget that, we have tickets available for upcoming home games.
It's NBA basketball on 2K Sports. We're glad you could join us on this exciting Friday night matchup. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and Brent Barry. From the sideline, we'll have David Aldridge. We'll be hearing from him in just a moment. Here we are, Brent. Looking at this game tonight, both of these teams certainly get after it on the defensive end.
Well, I'm touching your suit here, Kevin, and it looks like you got shoulder pads in there. You're going to need that. This game's going to be a grinder. It's going to be physical. These guys are going to bump each other around, and they play hard-nosed defense. So I would expect this game to not rise up in terms of the scoring column, and we'll see who's tougher tonight. Let's check out Toronto's starting lineup. Barnes and Pirtle make up the inside pair. Dick is out there with Mitchell, and it's Barrett at the 3 spot. Pass to Dick. From 10 feet out, it's hauled in by Jackson Davis. And here's Kuminga. He'll bring it up for the Warriors. They're coming off that win against the Nets.
They shot the lights out from deep. Really stretched out the defense in that one.
Yep, made the defense work extremely.
And another assist for him.
His vision is incomparable, and he's all about the team.
Really making history. Now tied for the 5th most assists in a single year. That's pretty astonishing when you think about it. And it's good for 2.
Got to have touch from there. Clearly, Scotty's got it.
Golden State's gone 2 of 2 from 3-point range here in the first quarter.
The year is the featured act.
Golden State has gone 2 of 2 at the perimeter. So for the Raptors right now. Barrett is the 3. Barnes will play the 4. Mitchell out there with Dick. And it's Pirtle in at the center position, locking down the middle.
Looks like MP's been practicing those in his backyard growing up.
Once again, an explosive highlight on the AT&T 5G Slam Cam. And we're about a minute and a half into the first quarter. A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
Athlete in season 7 of my career.
Welcome to 40 levels of new rewards on your way to more badge boosts, rep accelerating accessories, and a +1 cap breaker.
Cruise around in a new dune buggy at level 14 and look great with a cool new suit and hairstyle.
The rep boosting items for the rec are always must-haves for my crew, so you'll be picking up a new headband at level 21 this season.
I like seeing all of the mascots running around, and this season you can be.
They say I talk about the same. Well, that's all I know. If you ain't pops, keep that.
Doris, here we are into the home stretch of this terrific season.
And Kevin, we can all feel the playoffs approaching, which in and of itself is so exciting. But what I love about the current structure of the league is this final stretch, there is always so much in play, and that elevates the intensity. It is a special time of year.
Setting the floor for the Raptors. In at the forward spots, we'll see Barrett and Barnes. Mitchell is out there with Grady Dick. And it's Pirtle in at the 5 down low.
At the line for the Warriors, NP, shooting 1.
Free throw good, MP.
And you talk about building a legacy. That's MP's mindset, not just for himself, but for this team.
They double him with Green. Raptors have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Mitchell against MP. Back to Barnes from the arc. The shot, no good.
There's some defense for you. For someone who's as good at shooting the 3-ball as he is, you need a defender who's equally good at guarding against it.
MP finds Kuminga. Golden State moving it around. Curry on the wing. Shot clock at 6. Curry on the wing. First quarter of ball, almost 2.5 minutes in. A 3 from MP. Buries the long-range jumper. Allen's got 11 points.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
Raptors trail by 10. With a short break in the action, gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, Steve Kerr gave me a few minutes to catch up with him, so we started to talk about R.J. Barrett. Coach complimented him, saying he's got great energy, a great build, and he knows how to score. So I'm telling the guys to stick to him like glue and just keep the pressure on. We'll see if that high-pressure defense can shut Barrett down tonight. Kevin?
Thank you, David. He's off on the first. When you think about Scotty Barnes, Doris, it's amazing how good he already is.
Kev, it's remarkable that he can affect almost every aspect of the game at a high level, meaning he can guard the opponent's best player, but he can also fill up the box score on the offensive end. Points, assists, rebounds, he can do it all.
Now here's Allen. We saw him go on a scoring rampage last game. And Curry has it in the corner. 4 on the clock. Baseline try. He squares up and sinks it. Curry's got his second bucket of the game to go.
Defensively, giving up far too many open rhythm looks.
Raptors trail by 11. Mitchell passes to Dick. MP against Mitchell. A 3 from Barnes. And again, Toronto no up. And it's Golden State's ball. They're on a 16-5 run here. Oh, and there's the alley-oop. Hammers the alley-oop through.
Yeah, we're seeing some fireworks from them already.
Well, what I love is the game plan has been solid from the opening tip, and guys are making their shots. That's critical.
Toronto's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Nobody near Barnes. Good, and the assist goes to Mitchell. Barnes has got his second basket of the night.
This guy's such an intelligent scorer. Scotty Barnes really ready to rise and fire.
Curry finds Allen. Over in the corner, Green. Outside Curry. The tray. Another possession. Another assist.
And historically significant. He's now dished out the 5th most assists in a single season.
And you can see his teammates love him for it. I mean, it's got to be exciting to play alongside someone like this. Pass to Barnes. Kicks it out to Mitchell. And the Raptors hit again from deep.
And guys getting into a nice groove here, starting to feel it.
And this is partly what the game is.
And show some Clippers pride in the city.
Whatever you wear in Season 7, be sure to play your part in every event to help your affiliation. I mean, we all want that rep boost, right?
Now here's a look at what's new in my team.
It's homecoming season in my team. Welcome to Season 7 of NBA 2k25.
Hey, that's the new domination tier.
It is, and if you grab 33 wins against themed teams from different cities, states, countries, and continents.
I give you a tour. They were content with life, but
And it's Allen with the ball for Golden State. This game against Toronto is the first time they've met this year.
They won both of their meetings last season. You love to pull that off against another powerhouse.
Find out. Such talent on the floor tonight on each side of the matchup. There's some conference pride at stake, too, with both teams being among the cream of the crop in the East and the West.
So for Toronto right now, Barnes and Pirtle down low at the 4 and 5. Dick is out there with Mitchell, and it's Barrett in at the small forward position. Foul called on MP. That's his first foul. Quickly is checked in for Dick.
Number 5, Emmanuel Quickly.
Pirtle with a screen on Allen. Here's Mitchell. Pirtle controls the rebound and the putback.
Man, Pirtle's reach sure comes in handy on the glass. He gets to that ball and attacks right away.
And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair. You know, not too many teams have the stability at head coach as the Warriors have had, Brent.
Well, I'm not sure there's ever been a more perfect fit for a team than Steve Kerr with the Golden State Warriors. It has been a magical run in the Bay Area, and you just look at the type of connectivity he has with his players, and again, how much joy these Warriors play with.
So both free throws good from Allen.
And you can tell he's feeling confident right now at the line, and when he's on, he can be lights out.
Here's Mitchell taking a look at his production, averaging just over 8 points a game. Good D by MP.
Man, I thought he was making that in so close. That's some aggressive defense.
Outside, Green. Pass to Curry. Here's Allen. On the wing, Curry lets the three fly, and again, another assist.
His playmaking and vision this season has been ridiculous.
Well, that last dime tied him up for 4th most during a season. Incredible stuff here, guys. Barrett with it. He's watched by Kuminga. Pirtle with a screen on Green. Kept alive. And out of bounds. The Warriors will take it. All right, let's honor a player who set the bar high last month. Our player of the month for the West, MP.
Oh, it's been so much fun to watch him on the offensive end recently. He's really his team's engine on that end of the floor, sparking plays and helping them find open shots and big points.
And the Warriors making a switch here. Moody's checked in. To the inside. Mitchell against Allen. Back to Jackson Davis. Clock at 6. Allen, the pass to Curry. Over quickly. And another dime for him.
And that feed moves him into 4th place alone on the list of single-season assist leaders.
He's been in complete command of this offense since day one. What a year. A nice shot by Mitchell.
And they may have talked about shot selection coming into this.
MP, the pass to Curry. Another possession, another assist.
And I'll tell you what, he has put together one of the greatest passing seasons I've ever seen.
And game after game, he's carried the team with his playmaking. He has a chance to catch up to the 3rd spot for most assists in a year. The shot by Pirtle, no good. The Warriors lead by 18. Kuminga down low, working on Barnes. For 3, Allen. Ooh, he's been flawless tonight. Now he's 6 for 6.
Their ball movement on this run has been tremendous. It's led to a lot of good, clean, open looks.
And here's Quickly. Yet to see a basket. Mitchell drives in. That bucket makes him 3 for 5.
Scoring well this quarter, picking up steam as he goes.
Now the Warriors with it. They want to keep rolling here, following the win against Brooklyn.
They were.
Son, where'd you find me?
A prize for you.
Well, if you're successful, you'll bring home 1985's scoring champion, Dark Matter Bernard King. He can really wreck the rim and your opponents.
Oh, we sure can. And if you need another Dark Matter, and oh, don't we all, Level 1 reward Donovan Mitchell can Evo there. Use Spida and set off a whole web of trouble for opposing teams.
New Yorkers will be delighted this season, adding a little more edge at guard with level 10 Opal John Starks.
Oh, what a playmaker. And how about the agile big man Amari Stoudemire at level 20? And hey, Sasha, is that a one?
shut it down, it's a mess. Little bit of
Well, it was Toronto winning their last game against Charlotte. So for Toronto right now, in at the forward spots, we'll see Barrett and Barnes. Mitchell is out there with Emmanuel quickly. And it's Pirtle in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Is this, Richard, the time of the year that the players begin to get their second wind? Or is that a myth?
I don't know if it's called a second win, but if you're on a team that's in a position to do something special, that's where that extra motivation starts to kick in.
And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
Thanks very much. MP in the last game against Brooklyn put on a show. He scored an incredible number of points, and as we've come to expect, he filled it up from three-point range whenever he could. Those were ridiculous numbers he put up. We'll see what he has in store for an encore. Can't wait to see. Kevin?
Thanks, David. Yeah, it was a special night for him. The team really fed off his energy.
Yeah, the catalyst for that win, it was an effort that I'm sure he's hoping to replicate tonight.
And it's very likely that he and his guys can carry that momentum.
And another assist.
And he has put forth one of the greatest passing seasons I have ever witnessed.
You and me both. Game after game, he's carried the team with his playmaking and has a chance to catch up to the third spot for most assists in a year.
Overall reward at level 30?
It is. And that's Willis Reed, the MVP of the 1970 season, about to bring you victories right here in NBA 2K25.
Awesome. It seems like Knicks fans cannot miss this season. And speaking of can't...
For a handful of teams at this point of the year, Doris, the future is now as they fall out of the playoff race.
But, Brian, there is a dilemma to be worked out in these cases, and here's what I mean by that. Your team is now out of contention, but veterans, generally speaking, don't believe that, and they want to be competitive and win basketball games. In the meantime, the organization, from a broad perspective, is thinking, we've got to start to play the young guys so that they can gain some much-needed experience in big games. Tough situation.
So for Toronto right now, Barrett is the 3, and Barnes will play the 4. Davion Mitchell is out there with Emmanuel quickly, and it's Pirtle in at the center position. And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
Guys, Scotty Barnes said, my game starts on the defensive end, guarding anybody and taking pride in it. That leads to great offensive transition and just leads me to stay on lockdown throughout the game. Brian?
And Allie, for all his offensive gifts, that focus...
A 100 overall Zion Williamson is your Pro Pass auto.
I'm not in a mood, cause my flight delayed.
.158 left in the first quarter of the game. So the Raptors 5 right now, in at the forward spot.
And I don't want to be on defense when he's charging down the lane.
You might say the same for invincible Paul George. Number 24 jersey comes your way at level 40, and a special number 13 version is available for Pro Pass holders.
Yeah, and plus this dynamic duo wants you to know about dynamic duo.
It's a new vet. I'm hopping out with Brody done send me a text.
.157 left in the opening quarter. So for Toronto right now, Barnes and Pirtle down low at the 4 and 5. Emmanuel quickly is out there with Davion Mitchell, and it's Barrett in at the 3 spot. Oh, MP throws it down!
What did he just do? MP showing some insane athleticism.
And timeout called by Darko Rajakovic. He wants to make sure everybody's on the same page. to recognize our Player of the Month for the Western Conference, MP.
Lately, he's been showing off his talents as a passer, moving the ball around the floor with great accuracy and putting it in the hands of well-positioned shooters, just making all the right choices.
And so quickly, we'll bring it up for the Toronto Raptors. And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
Thanks, guys. Well, MP in their last time out against the Nets put on a show. He had an unbelievable amount of points, and he also dished out plenty of assists. It's something we're used to seeing. A legendary performance that will be talked about for years to come. Unless he's able to do it again tonight. Brian?
Yeah, he was unstoppable during certain stretches. It'd be great to see him top that performance tonight.
Well, his team needs him to contribute. When he's on his A game, he just makes play after play.
Expect them to go to him early and often. Don't want to let that hot hand go to waste.
Now here's MP. Last game, an incredible scoring display for him. From behind the arc. Oh, he's been lethal. Connecting again, making him 9 for 9.
You like to see the young confidence from MP. Just fires right back with an answer of 3.
Toronto has gone 3 for 5 from deep so far in this matchup. And it's quickly with a miss. Allen against quickly. MP looking around. Outside Curry. Lets it fly. Yet another assist.
Every game we see it. Exceptional playmaking, and his assist totals continue to climb.
And he is now even for third most assists in a single NBA season. What a year it's been.
Nice little draw up there from the inbounds play to get them an easy bucket.
Toronto shooting their third free throw shot of the game.
For Toronto, Kolek at the line for 1.
And the Warriors with possession here. They want to keep rolling here following the win against Brooklyn.
Talk about strong offensive production. They went out, played to their strengths, and were successful as a result.
And no team is going to shoot 50% every night, but this team has the right approach. When the shots are falling, they can light it up.
They've really built this lead on the back of their perimeter game.
We'll see if they can keep this pace. Not sure they can win it by relying on just the 3.
And so it's the Golden State Warriors in total control, up by 29 going into the break. Their efficiency has been off the charts. They're running their sets well with patience and purpose. We're coming right back. Don't go anywhere. And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. All right, guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for the Warriors?
Well, so far, their long-range shooting has been the story, doing damage from deep.
And from the jump, they've also clearly been focused on running effective plays here tonight. And there's been a lot of high-quality distribution from them on the floor.
Kuminga plays the 4 with Draymond sliding up to the 5. MP is out there with Brandon Pajemski. And it's Moody in at the 3, the small forward. That's the Warriors 5. Now here's Pajemski. Clock at 2. And again, another assist.
Further into the history books he goes. The assists are endless with him.
Boy, his great play all year now has him with the 3rd highest assist total ever in an NBA season. Incredible stuff.
When they get their opportunity to punch it inside, they don't hesitate.
Outside Moody. Back to Allen. And Grady Dick gets a whistle that time. That's his first foul.
First team foul.
Left side Kuminga. Back to MP. Pass to Pajemski. 6 to shoot. And here's MP from outside.
Brunson. Collect them as you level up and play them together for big production from the Big Apple.
This New York-styled season is on now. Time to level up.
Been a minute since I linked with the bro, said link up soon, let's talk over tea.
Here's Allen. He had a career game last time out, bucket after bucket. Rule adjustments, Doris, regarding the rip-through move. Do you think those have been effective?
Kevin, I certainly think we've taken a step in the right direction. We have got to give the defense more of a chance at this point, and the idea that you don't get shots on the rip-through is important.
So for Toronto right now, we've got Emmanuel quickly. Brady Dick is out there with the Linux, and it's Kolek in at the 2 guard.
Grab some rewards and check out the newest packs and events. Win big and be the best in my team.
Second quarter of action, about a minute and a half played. So the Raptors 5 right now. They've got Dick. Emmanuel quickly is out there with Kelly Olynyk. And it's Abaji in at the power forward position. Well, Brent, we hear the term empty stats ever so often. What are your thoughts about that phrase?
BA, when you play such a long season, there are going to be nights where the game is not all that competitive. But we also know that throughout the course of long seasons, there are teams that are not going to be competitive. Still, those guys going out there on a nightly basis and putting up their numbers, getting those reps in, it means they're capable.
And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
Well, MP in the last matchup against the Nets was just insane. He dropped an amazing number of points, and he was locked in from deep. But when hasn't he been? Really just a phenomenal performance from him. Here's hoping we see more of the same from him in this one, guys.
Outstanding, thanks. Impressive ability to carry his team to victory, Grant.
Yeah, BA, I was really impressed. They wouldn't have won the game if it wasn't for his attacking mindset and will to win.
Going up against a team that...
Yet another bucket!
And now he is tied for the second most 40-point games in an NBA season. What an incredible year.
Boy, he's brought it every night, and nobody seems to have the answer for him. Quickly deciding where to go with it. Shoots over Allen, takes the 12-footer and hits it. Quickly's got 12 points.
With it all clicking, Quickly can be dangerous, and he's showing it tonight.
It's Podziemski on the wing. Pass to Allen. Up top, Podziemski.
The 29th season in WNBA history tips off today.
Featuring a record-high 44 regular season games and the 5th Commissioner's Cup in league history, this season will be one for the books.
Experience all the thrills of WNBA action in NBA 2K25, including the W, which features the first woman My Player in NBA 2K history.
We caught up with her recently to chat about her experience in this groundbreaking role.
Sneeze, please, for them getting cream. Never.
Now about 3 minutes gone in this second quarter of basketball. Kuminga steps in at the 4 with Green sliding up to center. Podziemski out there with MP. And it's Moody in at the small forward position. That's the Warriors 5. RJ, so often with rookies, we want to judge them after half the season. But we're not very patient with them. How long should we give players to prove themselves in the NBA?
Well, there's a different type of prove yourself. If you're talking about a rookie, I was talking after about game 60, you're no longer a rookie because you played every team, you understand the defensive concepts, you might be a little fatigued, but after that you're no longer a rookie. But to judge them if they can play in this league, it can take a couple of years.
Wiggins is checked in for Moses Moody. Paisley's checked in for the Raptors. Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Thanks very much. MP in the last game against Brooklyn put on a show. He had an impressive number of points, and as his team has come to expect, he was a major factor from deep. A fantastic performance from him, something he wants to repeat tonight. Kevin?
Yeah, David, in stretches, he was absolutely dominant. Greg, he'd love to match that performance tonight.
This team needs his contributions. When he's right, he makes winning plays time and time again.
Expect them to go to him early and often. Don't want to let that hot hand go to waste.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
Pajemski finds Allen.
I think coming onto set and everyone that I've known for years and years saying, hey, MP.
Stay out the way with me, it get hot like a block on a day when it's 80 degrees. Top out the top on the land.
So for Toronto right now, Kelly Olynyk is out there with Darius Baisley. Then there's Emmanuel Quickly, and it's Kolek in at the shooting guard position. Well, Doris, for a while, the amount of three-pointers seemed to grow exponentially. I think it's plateaued now.
You know, B.A., I'm not sure I agree that it's plateaued. What we do know unequivocally is these organizations have defined how to be the most efficient basketball team. And each and every year, we're setting records in that category. They're just getting smart about the kinds of shots you want and when. We're seeing more shots at the rim, and we're still heavily emphasizing the three-point line.
All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Well, MP in the last matchup against the Nets put on a show. He ended up with a jaw-dropping amount of points, and he made the defense look helpless as he piled on the points. He was really special in that game, and they're hoping he can repeat that kind of performance tonight. Guys, back to you.
Good stuff, Allie. Tremendous effort from him in that last game, Grant.
Yeah, B.A., I think he pushed them to the win through sheer force of will.
Let's give credit to his teammates for continuing to find this guy. They knew he had the hot hand, and they were willing to ride it all night long.
Now here's MP, coming off an unbelievable high-scoring game.
I'll tell you, this lead's not going anywhere with this guy making plays. What a quarter.
Here's Kolek.
I like this move to the full court press, putting some extra pressure on the offense.
Picked up by Baisley. This one for three. And again, Toronto with a triple.
That's how you up the ante. Come right back at him.
And you would expect nothing less from these two, taking pride and making plays.
It's Pajemski on the wing. Allen, the pass to Kuminga. Allen outside. Outside Pajemski. 5 to shoot. Pass to Wiggins. Fires from deep. Cash. It's MP picking up the assist. Wiggins got himself on the board with a 3 there. Toronto has gone 3 of 4 from outside so far in the second quarter. Quickly deciding where to go with it. Here's Kolek. Give him 8 points now. From the arc. Rebounded by Green.
And you just can't afford to give up that kind of look very often.
Something this Raptors team does very well is move the ball doors.
Yeah, B.A., this is an unselfish group of guys. They like moving the bat.
That was just like such a moment for me.
Positions.
I never expected.
Now here's Allen. Last game, an incredible scoring display for him. Over the course of a season, each team takes on a certain personality. Brent, do coaches try to shape that personality based on their roster?
Well, Kevin, it's a great question, and I think the best coaches in our league adapt to the personality of the team as it starts to formulate throughout the season. You lean in to what guys naturally are. Some success comes with that.
The athletic front court pair. Wiggins alongside Kuminga. MP out there with Pajemski. And it's Green in
to be called MP ever. I mean, because the MP has only ever been a male.
I used to pray for times like this, to rhyme like this.
The Raptors have gone 6 of 11 here in the second quarter. So for Toronto right now, they've got Darius Bazley, also Kelly Olynyk out there. And it's Abaji in at the small forward position.
Saw the angles and led him right to the hoop with that pass.
Gives us a chance to go.
Okay,
knockout!
Wow! Okay, young man. We see you, MP. We know you for real.
There's the AT&T 5G Slam Can, capturing the moment. And so here is Toronto. Their last encounter in Toronto.
Big loss in their last meeting with this team. Couldn't get anything to fall in that one.
Here's Kolek, defended by Pajemski. Lets it fly. And it's quickly with a miss.
And they're up considerably because of their efforts on the glass.
Allen, the pass to Kuminga. Back to MP. Outside Pajemski. Pass to MP. Now here's Green. Back to MP. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Wiggins. Oh, and makes it with the kiss. Wiggins got 5 points now in the quarter.
Yeah, their defense is starting to wear down. That's 3 straight buckets at the rim.
MP against Quickly. Olynyk passes to Quickly. Now Bazley. Stolen by Wiggins. MP with it. Now Quickly defending. Another possession. Another assist.
That makes 15 assists.
He has been one step ahead of the defense all game long. And here are the Raptors now. Here's Kolek. Give him 8 points now. Great open look there. Kolek's got 11 points. Allen against Quickly. Allen, the pass to Green. Wiggins outside. Allen outside. The 3. Drains the triple. Allen's got 48.
He's been a steady presence for them. Nice to have that kind of safety net at the offensive end.
For Toronto, they've gotten 8 of 14 shots to drop so far in the second. Kicks it to Quickly. Beyond the arc. Pajemski grabs the board.
Surprising to see him miss here, but they'll be happy with that shot in most possessions.
It's Pajemski on the wing. Back to Allen. Shot clock at 5. It's Pajemski on the wing. And it's good with time running down on the shot clock. Pajemski's got 6 here in the quarter. Here's Kolek. He's got 11. Olynyk passes to Bazley. Here's Kolek. Pulls it. Can't get it to go. His second miss in 6 tries. Here's MP.
Small speaking role. Now fast forward, 6 years later, I'm like the first female My player, so that's crazy. I want fans to be able to see themselves in me. And I really wanted to make my character a real person, relatable, funny. winning a championship. That's the pinnacle. You know, I won't make any guarantees or anything, but our odds are looking pretty good. I am just so happy to be your first female My player. All of my friends and family have just been so overwhelmingly.
Don't leave out. You ever seen your homies? I'm talking pain.
So for Toronto right now, they've got Darius Baisley. He's out there with Kelly Olynyk, and it's quickly in at the 1. When a team, Doris, is on a losing streak, what lessons can be learned from that?
Yeah, Kevin, you know this. Losing streaks seem to be inevitable in the NBA. The season is too long to go through without some adversity. What I think you learn is grit and how to keep fighting even when you don't have your best game available.
MP looking solid from there.
Here's Kolek. He's got 11. Right now, let's send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Hey guys, MP in the last game against the Nets was outstanding. He scored an incredible number of points, and his passing was a cut above.
And proud of me. And
Wiggins and Kuminga at the forward. A lot of bounce there. MP is out there with Brandon Pajemski, and it's Green in at the 5. That's the Warriors 5.
And they're up considerably because of their efforts on the glass.
And as the perimeter game took over, it seemed that the dominant big man went away a bit. Instead, the bigs just got more skilled, Brent.
Well, BA, dominant big men are really hard to come by. So when you do get one, there tends to be a lean. But yes, it's been about the skill of the big over the past few years, along with the game transitioning to the three-point line and picking up the pace. There'll be another big man out there who changes the game back to the low block, BA.
Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Well, MP in the last matchup against the Nets put on a show. He dropped an amazing number of points, and his passing was huge in that game, finding ways to involve his teammates. A game that nobody will soon forget, that's for sure. How is he going to follow that up tonight? We'll see, guys.
All right, Allie, thanks for the update. It'll be interesting to see if he can heat up once again tonight, Grant.
Yeah, you know he wants to do exactly this, BA. Just needs to continue to play with the same fire and energy.
And you want to see him make sure that the teammates are also involved in what they're doing, especially if he draws that much attention.
Kolik's shot is off.
The other team just looks more in sync and is riding the momentum.
Well, the other team is scorching hot, and they come down on this end and can't find a way to get the embers going.
Now here's MP. What an incredible scoring display he's putting on tonight. Kuminga, the pass to MP. Here's Pajemski. Clock is at 3. Wing shot on the way. No good.
That's gotta frustrate him. He knows he should have made that one.
Yeah, you can't make them all, and you for sure you'll want him taking that kind of shot.
MP with it. Baisley on him.
The athletic front court pair. Wiggins alongside Kuminga. MP out there with Pajemski. And it's Green in at the center position. So that's the group out there for Golden State. Pajemski with it, quickly covering. And he's good on the 3-ball. Wiggins has got 8 points.
Well-rounded effort, and they show no signs of letting up.
Yeah, not just an impressive showing on offense, but on defense as well, executing their game plan perfectly.
Now, here's Quickly. He's got 15. To the middle. Some nice ball movement here by the Raptors. And the Raptors miss again.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Here's Pajemski. And another three for Golden State.
Their third three-pointer in a row.
Toronto's gone 7-15 from three-point range tonight. They're not afraid of that shot. Quickly against MP. Now, quickly. Here's Baisley. And so it's MP making things happen for the Warriors. A sensational night for him continues as he cranks his three-point made total even higher on what has been a historic night for him. And we'll be right back after this.
Thanks for stopping by, everybody. The story tonight, everything, and I mean everything, is working well for the Golden State Warriors.
Man, this offense is in rhythm right now. They're moving the ball, moving without the ball. Everything looks exactly the way they drew it up.
Yeah, this one might already be over.
All right, fellas, let's now take a look at what's to come on the upcoming schedule.
And for that game against the Pelicans, they don't want to say it, but they are very confident coming into this one. And who can blame them?
They played some good ball this season. Their opponent, not so much.
That'll do it for our show tonight. Thanks for joining us, and we'll send you back to Kevin Harlan for more hoops action.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. You look at MP in this one, he's been everywhere.
Well, with a double-double in hand through two quarters, you can just imagine what his stat line will look like at the end of this one.
But I don't think that that's the most important thing to him. Sure, putting up big numbers doesn't hurt, but he's all about getting the win over everything else.
Setting the floor for the Raptors. In at the forward spots, we'll see Barrett and Barnes. Dick is out there with Mitchell, and it's Pirtle in at the 5. Richard, how do you think the game has changed since you retired?
Well, the jump shooting teams have had more success. I think the game has changed, and it allows for more Europeans. It allows for it to be more of a global game. The less physical, the more inclusive.
And you look at this scoring outburst by MP. What's incredible is he still has room to grow.
And then Mitchell with the dunk.
Maybe they've been going to him a little too much. Now, he's having a great game, but his team is losing, and that is all that matters.
Now, here's MP. What an incredible scoring display he has put on tonight.
This young kid's got some ups. MP throwing it down.
The Raptors shooting from the field. Not bad.
Hey, guys, MP against Brooklyn put on a show.